I believe we may be live on YouTube. Data mining, local government data with Elixir and Phoenix. That's what we're doing today. We are data mining local government data with Elixir and Phoenix. Number one priority today is storing the data that we've already extracted and then thinking about how to process it, how to pipeline it. We don't know how far we'll get today, but we're going to do our best. I'm going to go ahead and share the link. Yeah. We are live. We are live. We are live. Data mining, local government data with Elixir and Phoenix. People are going to file on in here. I saw your post about your ID at the post office. Similar thing just happened to me. We voted down a new constitution here. I got to the polls at the last minute. Interesting. What state are you referring to, interdimensional dog? Very glad that you're here, by the way. Merry Christmas, everyone. We are live. We are data mining local government with Elixir and Phoenix pulling. And just going to go ahead and throw this link in this. Go ahead and post now. All right. Cool. Yeah, everyone, welcome to the live stream. Like I said a number of times, we are about to go ahead and start coding data mining in Elixir and Phoenix, specifically local government websites, some of the most challenging web scraping. Probably not the most challenging, actually. They're not too JavaScript heavy. I shouldn't pretend it's like so hard. It's not so hard. I'm not such a genius. Not really a genius at all. Pretty normal. Pretty normal IQ, I would imagine. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen. Boom. All right. So this is our code from yesterday. A few things that we implemented. A council index scraper. This scrapes the Harford County Council meeting index for links to individual videos. We have a base URL here. We crawl that, and we use Floki to parse the document to find all the videos, and then we map those out to a data structure that's just a map with the video URL, date, length, and the agenda URL. And then for any given video URL, this is an example, we have a meeting detail scraper. Now, the meeting detail page has got a transcript and an agenda PDF URL. We grab the transcript, we grab the URL to the PDF of the agenda, and one day, Lord willing, we'll grab the video itself. But I don't want to deal with that yet because I don't know how to do it offhand, and it's going to be, I think, a pain in the butt. All right. So let's go ahead. So first of all, we want to get a database going here. That's pretty important because right now we're just loading all this into memory, and that's not good. That's not how it's done. You can't do much with that. Actually, you can do a lot with that, but we still just want to store the data. Yeah, we want to store the data. Storing the data is important. So we're going to use something called Ecto, which is an official Elixir project that provides a database wrapper and an integrated query language. With Ecto, we're going to be able to create migrations, define schemas, insert records, update records, query the database, do all sorts of good things. Okay. Now, Ecto supports a number of databases. We're going to use Postgres because that's what I'm familiar with. That's what I like to do. All right. So to get started here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into our depths So our mix.exs file has got all of our dependencies. As you can see, we've already got a few here that we've been using. Crawly, Floki. Crawly is a spider framework. Floki is a HTML parser. JSON's a JSON parser. Timex is for handling dates and times. We're going to go ahead and add EctoSQL and Postgres to the list. We're going to sort this before I add any more commas. Okay, great. And we're going to add a comma there so we don't get an error. Terrific. So EctoSQL, Floki, Postgres. Okay, now I think I can just do mixsteps.get. Get those new dependencies. Yeah, getting EctoSQL, Postgres, database connection, Ecto, all very, very good. Now, we want to generate a repo. So a repo or a repository is not a Git repo. We're talking about an Ecto repo, which maps to a data store, such as a Postgres database that we just generated. By the way, I'm just pulling right off the Elixir School website. We're just going through that. So I'll pull that up here. If you want to do this as well, this is very straightforward stuff. But it's not something I do often, and so that's why, I need a reminder. Yeah, so I'm just reading the live chat here on Rumble. I saw your post about your ID at the post office. Yeah, so someone already voted using my name. Wow. Yeah. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say since we are streaming this to YouTube as well as Rumble, but oh, you're in Chile. Yeah, so Chile just voted for a new constitution. Fascinating. Yeah. The poll workers looked kind of nervous. Someone wasn't checking IDs like they were supposed to. Yeah, somehow I doubt that Chile has secure elections. Let me just put it that way. All right. I don't have any evidence to support that, but I just seriously doubt that Chile has secure elections. Inuterables here. Inuterables, so glad to have you, my brother in Christ. The video URL is probably a consistent structure. I bet it's just a huge pain because of the data sizes involved. Yeah. We're going to probably ignore the videos themselves for the time being. Repositories. Now you're speaking my language. Okay. So yeah, we're going to generate a repository. This is going to generate a configuration in config/config exs. So obviously we're going to do it a little bit different. So mixecto.gen.repo r, and we're going to call it, well, I don't want a database just for Harford County government, do I? But that's what this app is called. So we're just going to follow the convention here. We're not going to do anything HC minor, Harford County minor. All paper ballots in Chile. Really? Wow, good for them. That's very nice. That must really make people feel more comfortable with the election. Do they count them in one day? Because that's really what matters. I mean, this is a total digression from the task at hand, but I just want to point out that if you can't fully secure any election, because you can't fully secure anything. That's just an imaginary thing, right? There's no such thing as complete security. But you can secure it more or less, and you can also increase or decrease confidence in the security of the elections. And truly, I think the only way to have confidence in the security of your elections is to do same-day counting. You have to count everything in one day. You have to have a result that day. The longer you stretch it out, the more surface area you have for corruption, and that's not good. So, yeah. But democracy is just bad, You need to abstract, I think, as much away from the people as you possibly can, because the people, the more power you give the people, the more warped the incentive structures become to do evil, and that's what we want. But let's create an ecto here, guys. hcminor.repo. You probably want a separate table for each county you scrub. Yeah, so inutterable. This is a hard lesson for everyone to learn, but I'm going to teach this lesson that actually you probably don't want a different table for each county you scrub. What you want is polymorphism. You want you want a deep and flexible data model. And the reason for that is that you want to be able to manage all related records or similar kinds of records in as few queries as possible, right? So like, let's say I do start scraping other counties and I start scraping their meeting agendas and videos, right? And I store them on different database tables. Well, then let's say I want to look at Maryland as a whole, and there's like 33, how many counties are in Maryland? So that's chat. I think like 33, 34, probably 34, maybe 28. I don't know. How many counties are in Maryland? So that's chat GPT. Yeah, it's a surface area issue. Exactly. Faking votes in a system that has 50 votes is much more difficult to hide versus in a system that has 3 million votes. Yep. Exactly. No one ever goes into Congress and finds out that another congressman already cast their vote for them. Exactly. Yeah. Wow. Is this really that hard? It has to do multiple searches to find out how many counties are in Maryland? Let's just ask Google. It'll come up at the top immediately. 23. Oh my gosh, there's only 23 counties in Maryland. How did I not know that? I should know that. But anyway, so like, you don't want 23 different database tables for each county in Maryland, right? You want, one database table that's like meetings, right? And that meetings should have an agenda, a video URL, a transcript, a date, a time, attendees, et cetera, et cetera. And that way you can just say, hey, give me all the, I can even say, give me like all the meetings for, Harford, Cecil, Kent. Like maybe I want to start working on my state split initiative, right? And in order to get my state split initiative going, I need to get a very strong grasp on all the county council behaviors, attendees, members, et cetera, from all of these counties, but not all of those counties. So then I want to basically be like, from videos or from meetings where council is in this list, and then you get all the videos back. Conversely, if we had different tables for each county, I mean, that query would be an absolute nightmare, right? Like I'd have to, from Harford County meetings, from Cecil County meetings, from Kent County meetings. Yeah, you just don't want to do that. So a little bit of database design knowledge there. Hard-won knowledge. Hard-won knowledge, by the way. And when I say hard-won knowledge, I mean, I had to learn that the hard way. Actually, I had to learn that the hard way. Okay, I had to learn it through other, like, for example, I can't give the examples, actually, because most of it's proprietary. Okay, so, all right. Now check how many are in Georgia. Oh, my gosh. How many counties are in Georgia? You guys want to find out? How many counties in GA? 159? What? That's so many. Second only to Texas. Wow. I mean, that's good, though. That means that you have more control on the ground. Now, it might be a problem depending on how much... Guys, I've realized this in my own county. A big problem with local politics is that they do not assert their sovereignty against the power of the state that they're a part of as nearly as often and aggressively as they ought to. Generally speaking, county politicians are beholden to the state government and see themselves as agents of the state government as opposed to agents of the people they represent. And it's really sad, but again, in a democratic system, the incentives become incredibly warped for everybody involved, for the voters, for the elected officials, for everybody. It's easier to run through. Okay, so yeah, if someone is tracking cell phone data, they could see anyone's near a polling place, and those votes could easily be stolen. Could be what happened to me. Interesting. Yeah. It's easier to run through voter rolls and see which voters are registered than cast votes on voter registration. Okay, yeah, we got to get. Sorry, I just got to get off the topic of voting because it just has nothing to do with what we're trying to accomplish here. The task ecto.get.repo could not be found. What did I do? Oh yeah, it needs to be gen.repo, bro. Nobody's gonna call me out on my errors here. Don't forget to add your new repo to your supervision tree in the application.ex. Yeah, let's make sure we do that. So application.ex. We've got a children here. We're gonna add HC minor to this children array. And add it to the list of ecto repositories in your configuration files. All right, so let's do config.exs. I don't see any. How can there be? There's two, how can, oh, confix. What is that? Oh my gosh, I misspelled that name. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, this is just a local repo configuration, the database, HC miner repo, user pass. That it should just all work. Maybe that's why this didn't work. All right, we'll see about that as well. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Yeah, delete that from all devices. All right, so all right, def module friends.repo. Let's go ahead and look at that. Looks very similar, doesn't it? So we're going to use that repo to query the database. We've added the children. Yeah, so let's go to config.exs, and we're going to want to do a config HC miner ecto repos HC miner. Very nice. This will allow, okay, now we want to create the database. So this command creates the database. Mix ecto.create. Role user does not exist. Huh. All right. Real quickly, I'm going to go into another project and see what my Postgres password stuff is. Oops, I'm in the wrong configuration. Config. Let's see what my dev. Got it. Yeah, the username and password are Postgres. So if you ever get a hold of my computer, you can totally screw me over. Boom. Now we have a database. Repos hidden behind your own security and not doing anything super secure. No need for a brilliant. Yeah. I mean, this is like, you'd have to get my computer. You'd have to know my computer password. It just doesn't matter. This is all for development purposes. It's just like a test environment, right? So, I mean, a development environment. So repos are hidden behind your, yep. Reminds me how I used to convince people I was a brilliant hacker because that links this router default admin password is admin. I forgot my Wi-Fi password. All right, make some lunch and I'll come hack in. I love when people need you to do something for them and you don't negotiate like payment because that's kind of tacky, but you just say, all right, make something to eat. Produce some food for us. I will handle this. Yeah, there's nothing more manly than just being like, oh, you need something manly done? Great, I will do that for you. You go cook. go produce some edibles, some edible arrangements. What am I even talking about? All right. We gotta get back to it. All right, so got a database here. All right, now, what do we need? I kind of like the idea of a table called meetings, because meetings are something that all governments do. Baptists know how to cook, bro. Yeah, Baptists do know how to cook. So I mean, let's just talk about database design here. We'll go into the README to do so. Basically, proof of concept. application to scrape data from the Harford County government website and sort through it all. This is not a hex package, so we're just going to delete this whole section here. Yeah, we don't care about any of that. But what we do care about is like some database design. So database design. So we're thinking videos. No, meetings. Sorry, meetings. And what's the data that we already have here? A meeting should consist of a date, a video URL, or I should say a detail URL. Transcript. Agenda, yeah. Agenda URL. KMOS. Video length. Do we actually care about the video length? The video URL is actually going to be the detail URL. Let's go to the detail scraper. Transcript, and yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good start for a database table, right? And then let's do a little bit of pipeline design too. So like pipeline design. So like 1, create the meeting. 2, let's say summarize the well, is that really what we want to do? So what, I mean, we do want to summarize the meeting, right? We want to summarize the meeting into a 1-pager. We want to tag the meeting with keywords. We want to index the meeting on keywords. We want to, that's pretty good. Plus Baptists know how to cook. Yes, Baptists do know how to cook. Wow, lots of people in the room right now. 36 people. Welcome to this live coding session. Hope you guys are going to learn something. All right, so basically we're just talking about, again, we're data mining my local government website. You guys want to see the local government website? We can do that real quick. Harford County videos. All right. So this is the county that we're scraping. And you can see here that we've got a video gallery. And so we're going to use this as kind of the source of truth regarding meetings that take place. We go all the way back to 2011. And if we look at a meeting video here, this is a Heroku log error, I think. Interesting. So anyway, no agenda for this meeting, but we do have the video. So we can go all the way back to 2011. But we don't care about 2011 so much as 2023. That's the year that we're in. And so you can see, so it has an agenda too. Yeah. Interesting. So they actually, I feel like they might be breaking the law by not maintaining. So do we have agendas from 2012? No. When do we first start getting agendas? Got it. 2014. Okay. Interesting. All right. So, and then is the agenda? Yeah, that's the PDF URL. Dude, oh, that's kind of lame that I went to all that trouble. Anyway, so, we've already got the scraper for the index page here. We're able to pull all these videos off this page. And then we're able to visit a specific video page here and grab the transcript and the PDF to this, the link to the PDF to the agenda. We're not pulling the video itself down at the moment because it's very computationally expensive and storage expensive, and we're not exactly sure what value it adds yet. So we're gonna do that. All right, so that's what we're dealing with. Okay, where's my? There it is. All right, and we've just created a database. So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out, well, what do we want our database to look like? Well, we know we want at least a table where we store the date, the detail URL, the transcript, and the agenda URL for a given meeting. And then we know that when we create a meeting, we want to summarize the meeting into a one-pager. We want to tag the meeting with keywords. We want to index the meeting on keywords. And then, down the road, we'd like to be able to search through meetings. Finally, we want to be able to, we want to ideally, this is actually not a pipeline at this point. So yeah. So let's just add another one here that's like user stories. As a, let's call it a citizen to search through, county meetings by keyword, transcript text, etc. And then as a citizen, this is a bad user story. You know why it's a bad user story? Does anyone know why it's a bad user? Because it doesn't say why. Transcript text, etc. So I can get a clear sense of what my county government is working on. LOL, like they're actually working. Now that's a good user story. And then, so guys, this is a good thing for you to know if you're non-technical. This is how you should communicate with technical people, okay? You should say, as a citizen, or meaning a role, right? Like you have a role, or the user of the application has a role. And in this case, their role is a citizen. So as a citizen, I want to do a thing. I want to have a conversation with my county government so I can understand their public actions without, searching their terrible website. Right? Like these are our end goals, right? Like I just want to talk to my government, right? I just want to be like, all right, Mr. County Council Chairman, what have you been working on the last 3 or 4 years? And because if I call them and I ask them that, they'll make up some BS, right? Like he'll basically, like, I don't know if you've ever spoken to your local politicians, but the vast majority of the time when you bring up an issue or some like specific question, what they'll do is they will deflect responsibility. That's like their main strategy in general when dealing with a person who's asking questions. They'll just deflect responsibility. If you ever meet a politician, like a local politician, who doesn't deflect responsibility but rather starts coming up with ideas on how they can address the problem, or they've already got ideas, like they've already got a plan for addressing whatever issue that you're bringing to them, that person is probably in the top, I would say 10% for sure, maybe like the top 1% of politician quality that you'll get at the local level. Okay. Like it never happens. Like in my entire, like I've been paying attention to local politics in my home county now for 15 or 16 years probably. And by far, I've only met one politician who was able to, when I asked them about specific issues, not deflect responsibility and make excuses, but talk about plans, ideas, solutions. That's about how frequent it is. One every 15 years or so. At least in my experience. I'd be curious what your experience is dealing with county governments, local governments. Okay, so this gives us a little bit of a direction here. We know that we want to generate a database table. So let's actually go back to that Elixir school. This is probably a really good tutorial just to have in front of us. So again, Elixir school, this is like the first thing that you should go through when you're studying Elixir. All right, so now we want to generate a migration. So a migration is just a script that does something to your database, right? So in this case, we're going to create meetings. We're going to generate migration to create meetings. And then you're going to see it generates something that looks like this. We're going to go ahead and, oh, and look, in here, we even already have create table. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. So migration, create meetings. So we're going to create table, meetings, do, and then we know in the README here, so we want these columns. Okay, what's going on? Why is do what did I not just copy? I didn't copy that. Okay. What are they? It's really not that hard, dude. Just that's the stuff. Yeah. So create columns for. Now you don't even need to remember syntax anymore because now the LLM can just do this. So it's got context. It knows what's going on. Date, string. Is that the right syntax? No. Oh. Yeah. Okay, great. Whoops. Well, come on. What just happened? I mean, this is more trouble than it's worth. Anyway. Yeah, so we have a meeting table. The meeting has a date, it has a detail URL, it has a transcript, and it has an agenda URL. That looks good, right, guys? Any questions? Any thoughts on anything? I mean, do we want to add some? We probably want to. Oh, you know what, though? And do I want those parentheses around it? I don't think I do. Let's see. Can I chat with this? Remove parens. Can it do it? That's so awesome. AI is so great. Absolutely terrific. Do we want... Okay, which of these needs to be null, false? I really think only the date. No. And we also need to add like a type. So first of all, let's sort these. We don't actually need a type at the moment because right now they're all counting. Stop adding the parentheses. I don't want the parentheses, bro. Where's my formatter? How do I change my formatter? Move parens. Where's my formatter? Help. I bet I've got like a plugin or something. An extension. Formatter. Elixir formatter. Can I look at my settings here? Configuration. This extension runs mixed format. The following settings are available for the user in settings.json. Huh. Where's my settings.json? Let's go to cursor.shell settings.json. Let's Google that. Does anyone know where the... Okay. Where via... Okay, so VS Code, settings JSON, where? Let's say OSX. OSX. Mac OS, home library, application support code. Okay, so yeah, so library, application support code, user settings.json, default formatter. Now I don't know, is cursor using cursor.shell settings.json? Where is that? Oh, this is this is terminal. I need, where's cursor? All right, I'm going to assume that cursor's using the same. So, where did cursor go? Let's go to add to workspace recommendations. Where do I go? Mix format args driver. So it's running mix format. So let's do mix format help. Okay. Could not invoke task format. One error found. Gotta do man mix format. Got it. Okay. TCL built in. What? Wow. So format is a command in the shell. I didn't know that. Okay, well, let's go ahead to mix format settings. H. Options, inputs, text, task specific, when to format code, plugins. My app that depends on one of my dep formatter would look like this. Okay, so I could change the formatter of the project. Locals without parens. All right, it's just not worth figuring out right this second. Anyway, accept that. Okay. Now, can I save this without it adding parents? Great. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and just mix ecto migrate. We gotta move on here. So what this does is this runs the migrations that are waiting to run. Great, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, cool. Now, do we have schema already made? Let's just follow along here. Mix ecto migrate. Let's create a new schema. All right, we gotta create a new schema. So we're gonna do touch lib hc minor. We're going to have to create a directory first. We're going to have to make a directory called lib hc minor meetings. Great. Now we're going to make a file inside of that directory called lib hc minor /meeting / meeting.ex. Okay. So in Elixir, Phoenix land, meetings in this case is called a context, and meeting.ex, that's going to be a schema. Great. So now we're going to go over here and we're going to go to meeting.ex. We're going to copy that migration because the AI will handle all the heavy lifting for us. We're going to def module here. Look, AI just does it all for us. Isn't that amazing? Now we're going to go using this migration, generate a correspondent ecto schema. module. Yeah. Let's see if we can just do it. Use ecto.schema, schema, meetings, field, beautiful, beautiful. And I accept your tribute AI. I accept your tribute AI. Does the migration automatically have timestamps? Okay, we might have to add timestamps. Cancel. Let's go to just ecto. Mix ecto timestamp migration timestamps. Yeah. Change. Yeah, I gotta add. So we actually have to roll back that migration. Mix ecto rollback. Yep, and then we want to go back to the migration. Whoops. And we just want to add timestamps. Boom. It's almost like you can hear me. The schema, that's going to work. Let's go ahead and just look at the schema documentation. If it seems like I'm moving fast, feel free to ask questions in the chat. I am occasionally looking. It's a very complex issue, but I think it's very important. I think we need to address it for sure. Well, I don't know what that's talking about. Wow, man, we got 45 people in here watching. You guys want to know how to do some data mining? We're doing some data mining. All right. All right. So, yep. Again, just picking up where we left off. All right. We're trying to build a proof of concept application to scrape data from the Harford County government website and sort through it all. We got a little bit of a database design here. We just implemented that. We've got a now. Okay. We got to create the meetings. We got to create them. Oops, we got to create the meetings. All right. So first of all, we got to rerun that migration, right? Boom. All right. All right. Now, okay, so now we have a database. We have a schema that corresponds to that database. So our so Ecto knows how to interact with the database table. This is a very loosey-goosey schema. We're probably going to, let's go back to that Elixir school. Where is the Elixir school? Is it here? Here. Yeah. We can see that friends, okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, does it exist? Okay, so let's go ahead and I don't even have a Phoenix server here. This application doesn't have Phoenix in it. What am I doing? I probably need to add Phoenix. Or does it? The task mix Phoenix server could not be found. Let's see. Mix Phoenix server could not be found. Let's just go ahead to guides. Installation. Yeah, I don't really need it. I don't need it. We don't actually care, right? Nice. I forgot about all that. All right, well, we don't actually need it. So we can just do this mix. Okay, great. Now the question is, do we have a struct that corresponds with what we just created? So, so if I do hcminer.meeting, does that exist? Can I compile code? Can I expand struct? Oops. Yeah, because you got to do meetings.meeting. Boom. All right. So this is the data structure that we've got now to deal with. And what we can do. Oh, look, they're adding parens again where I don't want them. Move parens. Accept. Great. All right. How do we want to do this? Okay, so I mean, we've got a struct. We need to be able to insert into the database. We have some constraints here, right? So like, let's go back to the README. Create the meetings, right? So constraints. First of all, video URL must be, or meeting URL must be unique. Or I think it's called detail URL. Yeah, detail URL must be unique. If detail URL is taken, skip, right? What else do we want here? Yeah. I think that's all I can think of at the moment. I mean, transcripts should be unique as well, but I mean, the problem is with checking for uniqueness on a transcript is that it's a very long string, so we don't want to do that. How do I mine for fish? Ancient internet proverb. If it dies, it'll just come back again from the ashes. For those trying to follow along, the database is basically a big table, and each of those headers are your column names. Yep, that's right. Yeah, the database is a big table. A database is technically a number of tables. I usually turn automated editor stuff off. Yeah, well, the formatting is useful for other reasons, but those parentheses are annoying. So first of all, yeah. I wonder what the next lesson is here. I wonder if it'll help us move this along. Change sets. All right, this is great. Yeah. So you guys are going to want to learn about change sets. We're all going to want to learn about change sets. So in the schema, we need to have a function called a change set. Change sets are basic. Let's see what it says. What does it say? In order to insert, update, or delete data from the ecto repo.insert, these are the functions: update, require a change set as their first parameter. Well, what are change sets? It's a familiar task to check input data for potential errors because we want to make sure the data is in the right state. So you guys know how I'm just talking about, we want these constraints. We need detail URLs to be unique, right? That's a constraint that you implement inside of a change set. The change set allows you to apply these constraints. So like check input data for potential errors because we want to make sure the data is in the right state before we attempt to use it for purposes. Ecto provides the complete solution in the form of the change set module. So we can look at an empty change set. This is stuff that just comes with Ecto, which you'll remember at the beginning of this video, we added to our. So I mean, this is what a change set struct looks like. It's an action, changes, blah blah, exactly like they said it would be. We have that schema that we created, so you can do this ecto change set cast, and we're gonna do hc minor meetings meeting with, you know, let's just say a an ID. Well, I don't know. I don't really want to. I don't want to go through this tutorial like this because it's not helpful. I mean, you can see what it's doing here, right? You can say, hey, name that is valid, right? So the change set determines, hey, that data is valid based on the configuration that you set. So validations, that's what we need to do now. So what we need to do is we need to define a change set. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over here. We need to define a change set function. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't like to do this. Rather, I like to create a change set for like everything, right? So like a create change set. But for the sake of this, we'll kind of follow the convention here. And so, whoops, this thing needs to take a struct and params, right? struct params. And we're going to struct, oops, cast params. Yep, those are all params that we want to be able to cast. And we want to validate required. Really, the only thing that should be required is the detail URL. Actually, it's not even required, but if it does exist, it must be unique. That's what we're talking about. Well, but also, like, the problem is that, like, none of these pieces of information are, like, actually required, right? Like, so, like, a meeting could exist without having a detail URL, right? I don't know, actually. I feel like it has to have a detail URL. Everything else is optional, but it has to have a detail URL. Now, if we were sure about this, we'd want to enforce it at the database level as well. And I think we do. I think we are sure. We're going to go ahead and exit out of this. We're going to roll back that migration one more time. We're going to compile error. Validate required is not a function. Why is validate required not an option? Because we need to import the change set features. Yep, now we should be able to roll that back. Yep. So because cast and validate required are functions that you have to import from the change set module. Got it. You follow me? You following me so far? You enjoying this? Yeah. Great. Good. Now, yeah, so we rolled that back. Let's go back to that migration one more time. We want to, bro, why do you keep adding these parentheses? I'm going to lose my mind. Null, false. Edit this, remove parents. So how dumb am I that I don't write some kind of just like hotkey to just do that, right? Submit edit. Accept. Great. No, stop. How do I do it? Okay, how do I save without running the freaking formatter? This is so frustrating. I might just turn off the formatter. I might just disable this right now. Yeah. No! What is... Didn't I just disable this? Reload required. Of course it is. All right. Voila. Be good riddance. That was so annoying. I'm going to miss it in no time. There it is again. I am wasting money by running this AI. Accept. Thank you. Now, if I save. What was that? No. Yeah, write that. No! What? Bro. Extensions. Disable. Reload required. Please reload. I just did that. I don't know what that is. Anyway, All right, let's run that migration yet again. Boom. All right, now we've got a validate required, but I also want to validate uniqueness. Is that something that they teach us how to do right here? Validate length. I don't care about that. Is nil. No. Ecto. So this is, well, ecto, change set, validate, unique. Some validations may happen against the database, but they are inherently unsafe. This validations start with an unsafe prefix. What? Unique constraint. Okay. Yeah. Unique. Yes. Detail URL must be unique. Yeah, I mean, we might want to, validate the format of the URLs, but it's not a big deal right this second. The reason we wanted to validate the uniqueness right now is because we want to be able to run the query. We want to be able to run the script many times without just filling our database with duplicate records. Turn it off. Automated stuff sucks. I disagree. I think usually the automated stuff is pretty great. I'm pretty happy with. Dude, did it really do it again? No way. So extensions. I want the LS. I want LS. Elixir formatter is disabled globally by the user. Mix formatter. Also disable. How do I have two formatters? Incredible. So is it LS? Support and debugger. Code completion, debugger support. Code formatter. Or by editor format on save. Got it. I might remove those. Editor format on save. Format on type. I don't care about Python. Default formatter. Yeah, I wonder. So Jake Becker, Elixir.ls. Front-end independent IDE smartness server for Elixir. Elixir language server. It's funny because it's really just those parentheses that I don't want to add. I would be happy to have the formatter minus adding parentheses. I see you turned off auto parentheses. I turned it on again. You're welcome. Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I cannot do that. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. Open the pod. Remove the parentheses formatter, Hal. Remove the parentheses, Hal. If that breaks, you may need to turn that from true to false instead. JSON was always weird. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to have to restart my entire editor now. Amazing. Okay. I'm just going to ignore the damn parentheses. Excuse my language. Please forgive me. I'm going to ignore those darn parentheses. All right. Yeah, so like you see here, they do like a registration change set. I want to say, like basically, I'll just keep it that. But so now we need a meetings file.ex. So I'm not exactly. How do I locate this file? Anyway, I don't know how to use my editor, I guess. So, but we're gonna go ahead and touch lib HC minor meetings, and we'll just call it ex. So this is our context, meetings.ex. So we're gonna go into meetings.ex. So the plural is the context file, and so this is gonna be we'll even do a little bit of a module doc here. Module doc. No, this module is the context API for dealing with meetings. Right? Okay. So we need to be able to create meeting, but it's going to be create meeting. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is just this is like the most naive implementation, but we don't have we need an alias, so it's gonna be HC minors. Yeah, and so this is a very, very basic meetings context that can do one thing, which can create the meeting. Now, what we'll probably want to do here is remember, if we go back to our README, we can see, okay, so we're gonna want to create the meeting. We're gonna want to summarize the meeting transcript by chunking it, basically by calling our our summarizer module, which doesn't exist yet. Summarizer API. We're gonna want to I'm not going to do all that yet. I'm just commenting what our future functions are going to be. Tag the meeting by calling the tag API on the transcript, right? That's it. That's all for now. These are probably the functions. These are functions we may or may not get to today. I don't know. All right. So meetings. We're also going to want to scrape meetings, right? So this is basically just we're just going to call that module, which is the index scraper, right? So council index scraper. So HC minor dot council index scraper run, right? And what does that return? That returns a map of. Nope, that's not the index scraper. We want the index scraper. Yeah, that's going to return a very long map like this. So because it's very long, do we want to use enum.stream in this situation? Minecraft hobby devs didn't want the extra effort to make their JARs read incomplete JSON. JSON was always weird when I deleted lines from config files. Yeah, JSON config files are, a DevOps guy's favorite tool, right? Okay, How long have we been going? I'm getting a little tired here. I feel like we haven't been going that long. What time is it? Oh, we've been going for an hour. All right. Well, I mean, I think everyone's learning a little thing or two. We set up a database. We set up a table. We set up a schema. We're creating a context function here. All right. Basically, the question is, is what this returns going to be too large for us to manage in memory? Let's pretend that it's not. All right. So, oh my goodness, how do I iterate over this list? Let's just say Elixir iterate over large list. Let's see. What do people do? How do people do this? Large batch insert. 19 million rows. It's not that big. 800 change sets using multi-row insert query. Yeah, it's insert all. All right. I mean, so basically what adders. Yeah, we want to create the meeting, but the adders aren't exactly the adders. So meeting map, right? And then the meeting map looks like this. So let's just go ahead and ask. So, given a list or given a map looking like the above, we want to create an adders map that corresponds with this schema. Do I have it? What does it do? This is such like junior dev behavior. Just be like, hey, chat, tell me, write my code for me. Oh my gosh, look at how complete this is. Yeah, it knew the agenda URL was that, and knew the video URL was that. Oh my gosh, it even knows to run the scraper to get the transcript. Bro, do you understand how powerful this AI is? Amazing, amazing, amazing. But we're actually not going to do that yet because that will be too computationally expensive. What we want to do is for each meeting without a transcript, grab the transcript or run the detail scraper to get the transcript. And whoops, and update the meeting record. And then I think I can just do repo.insert all, but I need to alias HTC monitor.repo. Now, like, will this work? What do we think, guys? Do we think this will just work on its first go? No. No, I don't think it'll work on its first go. AI sucks too. I like to do my own thinking. Yeah, do I like to do my own thinking? Actually, no. Everybody. Okay, one of my favorite things to do is to examine our modern maxims, our postmodern proverbs. I like to examine our postmodern proverbs, and this is one of the postmodern proverbs. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. And like all of the postmodern proverbs, there's a kernel of truth in there, right? Like, you don't want to be a complete stooge, just given all of your opinions from other people or from books or from movies or from the culture or anything. You don't want to just be a repository for other people's thinking. But on the other hand, no, you don't want to think for yourself. You don't want to just push away all of the wisdom of the accumulated wisdom of the ages in the interest of rebuilding a worldview from scratch and what you might call first principles, right? If you have solid first principles, then you might be okay doing that. But nobody gets to good first principles by doing that, right? Like, it took thousands of years. Anyway, so yeah, no, I'm very grateful for AI. I'm very grateful that I didn't just have to think through every single step of this, that in fact that it just did it for me. That I got to pay someone like 3 cents or something to figure that out for me, so I didn't have to figure it out. Yeah. Anyway, that's just my take. Balance is important. Amen. Martin Luther is taking a lot of my attention. That's smart. I like to look at smarter people from the past and think like they. Yeah, I assume like to me, I also like to look at smart people from the past and think through their thoughts and see what they were. I like reading Augustine the other day. It occurred to me, I was like, wow, Augustine's probably smarter than me, and to think that these thoughts is to put a smarter person's thoughts in my head. It's like upgrading my software. It's like upgrading my operating system or running a script from a better programmer on my computer. Like, I do that all the time, and it serves me very well. So yeah, I thinking for yourself is just kind of a lame platitude that people say. I don't think it's really significant in any real way. All right, what are we doing? Now, why isn't this gonna work? It's not gonna work because we have to get the change set. So this is going to be, so for each of these, we want to meeting.change set. And we want to pass in an empty meeting struct. Right? And that will have a bunch of change sets that insert all, I think. All right. Do we think this will work? What do we think? Just give it a try? I think we just got to give it a try. We just got to see if it works. Save that. All right. Let's go ahead and run this bad boy. Does it even compile? It compiles. All right. So now we're just going to do HC minor dot meetings dot scrape meetings. This is something I'm only going to have to run once, I think. Cannot parse. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and just that's happening on line 21. Yep, right here. Let's go ahead and just throw that error in here. I bet she's going to tell us that we need to use timex. Expects a string like so. The date string is not in this format, has an error. You can use the date.parse function instead, which can parse human readable date strings. However, it expects the format as well. To parse a date in the format, you can use timex. Sweet. I already have timex, baby. Timex is already in my dependencies. Yep. See, this is it's thinking for me. This is great. I could Google all this. You know, I knew this already, but I didn't have to think about it. So yeah. All right. So let's just copy this bad boy. And we'll go ahead and do meeting map dot video date. Now we're going to recompile. Does it compile? It compiles. Scrape the meetings. No match for right-hand side value. Invalid format string must contain at least one directive. On line 18. Again. Just gonna go straight to the AI. Yep. She's confused. Timex.parse function is not recognized. Elixir Timex library. The correct format string to parse a date like that would be this. M short. Yeah, okay. So it just got my... Why? Because what did it try the first time? That's the same exact thing. Here's the corrected code. Okay. First of all, is it true? Is it true? Well, is it true? Is it true meaning like are all of our dates the same? So like let's just go ahead and run htminer .council index scraper.run. Okay. Now are all of our dates the same? So let's just go ahead and just enum.map what do I want to do? Oh yeah, function meeting and I just want to do meet dot video date and that's pretty much it. Okay, and then enum.map. So first of all, this is crazy for me to scrape this over and over again like this. So I'm going to do this. Meeting maps equals. Great. And then I'm going to do. So because every time I run that scraper, I do that. I'm hitting that the URL and I'm copying all that stuff, and they're gonna realize what I'm doing and shut me down. All right. So then we're gonna map over that. We're gonna grab the date, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a timex.parse, or I'm sorry, we're gonna do an enum.map again, and we're gonna function date is what we're dealing with, and then I'm gonna go to a new line here, and we're gonna do a timex dot parse date m short zero D. So this is called strafe time. That's pretty much all I know about it. This like syntax that we're doing right here. And you can see that we're specifying strafe time as the third argument. So, I mean, so first of all, let's actually go to timex.parse and see. Go to definition. Okay. I can't go to, okay. Let's look at timex.parse. Huh. Oh, yeah, dude, because it's confusing. That's the default parser. Right? And this is the strafe time parser. So I could probably just get rid of. I mean, first of all, does that just work? All right, let's get rid of the strafe time parser and see if the default parser does this correctly, right? All right, I've usually had let's just look at the strafe time. Got it. Yeah, we're gonna do strafe time. All right. This is me thinking for myself now. So first of all, strafe time. Okay, now what is the format? The format is %B for month as locale's abbreviated name, %month, %day, no, day of the month, %day. Day of the month is a 0 padded decimal number, and then a comma, and then the year, right? Boom! Look at that. Look at all those OKs. All right. See, that's how you think for yourself. See, I had the option there of thinking for myself. God is good. He gave me the option. All right, what do we think? You think it'll work? Damn it. Expected params to be a map, but got a struct instead. On line 17. What? Oh, duh. Yeah, because we need to do this, bro. Meeting. And then this needs to be... Wait, all right, so... really, we're going to do something like this. Meeting dot change set, and then those are going to be the... All right, because I don't know if anyone saw what just happened there, but basically I was trying to set a variable, which was stupid, and then pass these adders in as the first parameter, or yeah, the first argument of this change set function, and then the second, and so that's not... This change set function takes a struct and then a map, not a map and then a struct. And so what I've just done is I've reorganized the code to call the change set function on an empty struct, meeting struct, with this as the map of the parameters that we're passing in. And then, so what's happening here? We run the scraper. We grab a list of videos or meetings. We then take each meeting map. We parse the date, we create a change set, and then this map function returns a list of those change sets into the repo.insertAll function. This may or may not work. We're about to find out. It recompiles. Nope. What broke? What broke? Insert all 1 is undefined or private. So there are insert all functions that require 2. So repo.insert all. I bet I've already got this up somewhere. Insert all. Schema or source, entries or query. So it takes a binary as the first argument. And then okay. So all right. Insert all. Meeting. Right? That's a module. A meeting, or it takes a binary or a module. Okay, so in this case, we're going to pass it a module. And the second argument is a list of entries to be inserted either as keyword lists or as maps. I mean, so, for example, if we... and we're actually going to call them change sets. And we're going to call this change sets. Yeah, I mean, so does that work? We're about to find out. Does it compile? Does it compile? Does. Scrape the meetings. Enum not implemented for ecto change set. What do you mean enum is not implemented for ecto change set? So in insert all, interesting. Let's see what the AI has to say about this. What is your proposed solution, AI? Talk to me, GPT. What do you think? Is that a meeting with no date? What's going on, chat? Mel Gibson had a great line in The Patriot where he read the general's war journal. I have been in the mind of a genius. Praise God. That's awesome. I assume the general is George Washington. It takes all kinds of people to make the world work. Yep. Is that a meeting with no date? Is the abbreviated month making a hiccup? I don't know. Yeah. That's exactly what's happening. The abbreviated month. It could also be a 0D instead of a DD. Excel functions have that problem. Maybe assuming every day is before the 10th. Aha. Yes. So what does the chat say here? Scrape meetings. We set the change sets and then... Interesting. In your scrape meetings function, you're mapping over the result of, and each iteration is returning an ecto change set. Or expects a list of maps. Now, so I don't need... Okay. Basically what you're saying is I could just do this. And I can just call it maps. And I can do this, maps. And then we can go ahead and see if it compiles. And we can mix compile. We can run it. All right. Not null violation. Null value and inserted out of relation meetings violates not null contract. Oh, right. So one thing about inserted at with insert all, you have to manually set the inserted at time. So time X done now. Yeah. But I think I actually want like a UTC now. Whatever. Let's just see if that works. We don't really care. this is a stupid thing. It's like, nah, I forget. It basically has to do with the way you insert this insert at time is formatted. I think it needs to be like UTC or naive date time. If you still, here's how you do it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Show me how to do it. Come on. I don't need all this. Date time. .utc.now. Yeah. That's what I thought. I've done this so many times in the last few months. I should just have it memorized, but don't care about looking smart. All right. Naive date time expects Mike. Jeez, come on, dude. Naive date time. I literally just all I need to do is look at this other project that I work on and just copy and paste the code. But if I did that, I'd be breaking a contract probably. Okay, so take your time. So just for anyone that's recently tuning in, we are already scraping all the data off the government website here. We've got a base URL and a council index scraper. We also have a detail scraper for each individual meeting. Now what we're just trying to do is we're just trying to store all these in the database somewhere so we can process them after the fact. So if you rewind through the live stream, you'll see that we created a database. We created a database table. We've created this context module, and we're just trying to iterate over all these objects that we're storing in memory right now and store them in a database. So UTC now, too naive. Jeez, really what you have to do nowadays? Let's just call this now equals that, and we'll do now. All right, does it compile? Does it compile? Recompile. Yep. Does it run? Hallelujah. 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 All right. So what we just did was we just inserted, I guess, 1,300 records. So now we have 1,300 meetings. So what we can do down here is we can go ahead and go to pSQL. What is the name of this? HC minor dev. What's the name of this database? Remind me later. HC minor repo. Okay. All right, so first of all, let's turn it into expanded mode. Whoops, is it like that? What? Am I crazy? Oh, it's a lowercase x. Wow, all right. Select all from meetings. Really? So what? Did these not get inserted or what? Oh, they didn't. Not null violation. Oh my gosh, updated that. It needs to be null. Bro. That's so freaking lame. All right. 466. Okay, so. Now we are successful. All right. All right. So now if I do. All right. Now we've got a database full of stuff. Videos. Got it. Now let's go through all of those. Grab transcripts. Do. All right, so here's a start. Meeting where m dot transcript is nil. We're going to go ahead and iterate over that list. We're going to grab the transcripts. We're going to try to cast the transcript. Now, there's something wrong here. I can tell there's a few things wrong. A, I don't think repo.all is going to just return. So like, let's just step those. So alias hcminer dot meetings dot meeting. Got it. Okay. So now meeting where m is nil m dot transcript. So does that run? Does that produce a valid query? Whoops. Undefined, because I need to do import ecto.query. Yeah. And then I think it should look something like that. Yeah, so now we have a query, and we're going to have to do, so first of all, let's import that. Import ecto.query. I don't care about warnings. And then repo.all. hcminer.repo.all. Okay. So that does actually return just a list of meeting. Okay, so this all so far is correct. But, okay, first of all, I don't want to tie up my computer with running this long-running task, so we're going to go ahead and async this out. So you can do that easily in Elixir. Like so. And then when you grab it, now the problem is, now, I mean, we can just see if it works. All right, so what are we doing here? We're just grabbing the transcripts. We're grabbing every meeting where the transcript is nil. We are going to iterate over those. We're going to spin up an asynchronous task to do the meeting detail scraper on that, to set the transcript, and then we're going to create a change set, and we're then updating that meeting. This may or may not work. I don't know. Let's find out. Does it even compile? Compiles. And now if we do hcminer meetings dot grab transcripts, no, what happened? No case clause matching. So meetings, line 44. Yeah, because it's not. It's not going to be like this. This is wrong. It's going to be like this. I thought that was the case, but does anyone know about types in Elixir? Is that a meeting with no date? Yeah, okay. But just error codes are how I learned to work with Java. Figuring out why everything broke after I touched something was half the fun of all the learning. 460 rows with nearly 1,400 items. Where are you seeing 466 rows? Yeah, that's true. That's weird. That's actually fewer than I would have expected. Which means probably there were some duplicate meeting URLs, meeting detail URLs. No clause matching, empty. Meeting detail scraper. Meeting detail scraper. Line 20. Huh. Let's go ahead and let's get some logging in here. So like we'll do io.inspect. Yeah, just like so. And I mean, I guess okay, so it seems like we've got many that work. Okay. So on line 45, why doesn't this work, I wonder? So first of all, it's happening on line 20. Oh, okay. What does this return? Crawley.fetch returns. I mean, so if it returns nothing, we just want to basically just return an empty string, right? And if it returns a response, we want to go ahead and take that response, do all that. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that'll do the trick. We don't know. How do I just rescue out of this, basically? Boom. Now, where transcript? Well, dang it, I don't know how. Okay, so I write some SQL to grab meetings where the transcripts are not nil. 466 weekly meetings would be like 9 years. And they're case as in a naming issue. So case just is a way of doing a conditional in Elixir. So basically, you're saying, in the case something does something or another, somewhere name transcripts instead of transcript. Yeah. So basically, what's happening here is that for a lot of these meetings, there was no transcript and there was no PDF URL, and that was causing this detail page to break. So we're just going to return empty strings in the case where the stuff doesn't exist. Yeah, I thought that's the. I knew how to write that. I'm so lazy. Okay, so transcripts are null in every case. Is that what I'm to understand here? Okay. So none of these are getting to the point where they actually. What? Where's the syntax error here? There's a parentheses missing on line 46. I just don't see it. Do you guys see a parentheses missing somewhere? Async. Case, option 1, result 1, something like that. When I teach people to use it, I teach them that it's a super if function. Yeah, it's basically an if else. Yeah, but with where you're just matching on the return. So it's pretty we in Elixir land, they love case statements. They hate ifs and they love case. enum.each. Am I crazy? Function end. Function task async. Function end. Parentheses. This should just, I must be losing my mind. The opening parentheses on line 46 is missing the terminating. Oh, really? It is? So if I just add one, is that going to somehow? No, that's not. I mean, what did I just change? I don't know what I changed. I have no idea. Okay, so all of these are returning nil transcripts. So why though? Let's get rid of the task async. Let's try to just do this synchronously and see what happens. Am I crazy? Am I misusing the rescue here? Oh, I think I know what's happening. Yeah. Okay, guys. I know what's going on here. Meeting detail URL. I need to construct that. So in the scraper, I need the base URL. Yes. And then when I run the path, I need to create the URL by doing like so. Got it. Recompile. Boom. Get transcripts. Beautiful. Look at how beautiful it looks. Synchronously going over 466 meetings, grabbing each detail page, grabbing the transcript off the detail page, and storing it in the database. Beautiful. Maybe your editor changed it for you. Yeah, probably my editor just changed it for me. I think you might be onto something interdimensional. I might get rid of my editor and all of my tooling. I might just start writing every single line, every single character by hand. Man, this is beautiful. Look at all this data that I'm getting from my government. See, this is data that I think that they're legally obligated to post this stuff. But the problem is that they then obscure it behind their terrible interface, right? They don't actually want you to know what they're doing, right? They don't want you to show up for their meetings. They don't want you to watch the videos. They don't want you to follow along. And so they put it behind, this terrible website, right? This awful, ugly website. And it's a shame because it's a beautiful town. I mean, you can see the little main street here, the county seat. Beautiful little community, but it's run by people who like hate it. And I don't mean hate it like explicitly. Like they would never say, "Oh, I hate this place where I live." In fact, they'd claim the opposite. The problem is just the way they behave. They are ad hoc haters of the place that they're from. Yeah, so do you see how this is taking a long time? This is why I did a task async to deal with it. Yeah, check the URLs. That may be the last smart thing for today. I still have at least an hour of work to do. Yeah, don't we all? Actually, no, I'm off work right now. I'm doing this for the love of the game right now. I'm doing this because I love you guys, and I want you to. I hope, Lord willing, I will inspire you to do this for your own local government. All right, so now. Okay, so at least those records where the transcript is not null. So can I do select count here? Okay, so I've got 96 transcripts. And I've got 370 without transcripts. All right, well, 96 transcripts isn't so bad, y'all. It's not so bad. I'm feeling pretty good about our progress here today. How's everyone doing? We've been on for 2 hours now. It's 3:23. Oh, I got messages. Can you get me an intro? Oh man, I really wish I could get. So basically, I'm getting a text from a great Christian man who runs a great Christian tech company, and they're looking for capital. They're looking for investors who are they're a growing company. They've got revenue and they are trying to get bigger, but they need to, a few $100,000 probably. I don't know exactly how much they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for $1 million. I don't know. But they're looking for money to accelerate their growth curve. And the problem is that venture capitalists hate Christians generally. And even the conservative venture capitalists, they generally, they just, I don't know. They don't want to work with early stage companies, but this company's got growth, so they should do it. Anyway, if you guys know investors, especially if you know if anyone knows anyone at 1789 Capital, do reach out to me. They just invested in Tucker Carlson's new news network, and I would love to work with them and make some introductions for them. Hopefully they'll make an investment in one of these great conservative Christian companies that are getting started here. Yeah, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Yeah, it's all right. No, I mean, because it's okay that we don't have transcripts for all the meetings, right? Because that gives us a purpose in downloading the videos and transcribing them ourselves. And I'll make an AI that does the transcription and it'll be sick. All right. So where were we? Let's get out of the, let's go ahead and look at our README. All right. So we've created the meetings. Check. Check. Now, do we want to try to summarize these meetings into one-pagers? Do we want to do that? Here's the problem, guys. For me to summarize 96 transcripts, how long? Let's ask chat to do another. So chat, write SQL to return the length of the longest transcript, meeting transcript from the meetings table. Yeah, so I'm not a SQL expert by any means, and so this is like one of the many great uses of AI is that it's a SQL expert, and I'm not. So like now I can go back into iTerm, I can pop open a pSQL, and I can run that, and 33,153. Okay. So 33. Whoops. The longest is 331,543. 331 3. Is that characters? How many pages about is that single spaced? Number of pages, blah, blah, blah. 500 words. So we assume the average characters of 566,000 words would be about 132 pages. Yeah, okay, so our longest transcript is roughly 130 pages. Wow, that's pretty impressive. All right, I'm going to go look at a different repo and it's not open source, but I know that the people that I'm working on it with will not mind if I pull some code out of it. So I'm not going to show you though, because I don't want you to know this stealth project that I'm working on. TLDR. So, okay. Guys, I got to take a bathroom break. You know, I've been here for 2 hours. I've been drinking tea. I got to take a bathroom break. You guys want some entertainment up in the meantime? Let's pull up some entertainment, shall we? Let's go on what's popping on Rumble right now. Oh my gosh. Why am I not on the homepage? I feel like what we're doing right now is way more important than final gaming stream of 2023 or OnlyFans, anything. Are we trending on maybe education? Maybe. Oh my gosh, we're not even trending on education. How humiliating. Who are we competing with? 114 people. I mean, look, we've got way more people in here right now. We got 23 people watching. But oh my goodness. How embarrassing. How humiliating. Guys, you got to share. You got to share this stream with your people. Nick Fuentes is doing better number. Well, that doesn't surprise me, actually. Can AI make PDFs? Let's find out. Now, that's a good video title. That's funny. ImmersedInc.com got some funding through a website that does that sort of thing. I'm trying to find it. Immerse.com. Immersed.com. Empower work with spatial computing. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Headsets? I can't wait. Buy a headset? Ooh. How much does it cost? What's the Quest Pro? That's the one that everyone wants. How much does it cost? $1,000? Dude, I kind of want one, but I'm not going to do that. I actually already have an HTC Vive around here somewhere. Yeah, click the like button, people. Thank you, brother. Sanctified AI. Yeah, Sanctified AI is coming. You need everyone to click the like button. Hey, everybody, if you could click the like button, that would be great. And in the meantime, I'm going to go use the restroom. Is there anything wholesome I can put on here? There's nothing like wholesome. I want like a 5-minute video of like a mom. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Just like something wholesome. I can't even put Fuentes on because I feel like he'll just start cursing. Pete Santilli's kind of the man. I like Pete. Newsmax 2 live on Rumble. You guys want to watch Newsmax while I walk away? No, I'll get in trouble for that. Music. Okay, a little bit of lo-fi hip hop. But do we have Oh, we got some wholesome Christmas stuff. Oh my gosh. 15 class. Now I want to do it, but it's got this lady that just doesn't look too wholesome. Merry Christmas lo-fi. I feel like I'm going to trust Derek Byron. Go ahead. All right, Derek. Thank you for entertaining my stream while I step away for a moment. Hello, 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 everybody. We are back. We are back. Fix the mic. We're back, and we're going to be doing some data mining. We've been data mining, actually. And let's turn this off. Yeah, we're data mining. We are grabbing data off my county government, and we are using it. We've stored it now. That's what we've been doing. We've been storing it. And now what we want to do is we want to take each meeting transcript that we have, and we want to summarize those meetings into one-pagers. All right. So look, there's a few approaches here, right? There's a few approaches here. One, chunk the transcript into bite-sized pieces for GPT, and send to GPT. You can do this recursively until you've distilled the meeting transcript to a one-pager. Right? Now, you could do that. That's one way to do this. It would be very expensive because GPT is the most expensive. Like, every time I run this AI over here, I'm talking to GPT and I'm spending, what's the GPT pricing right now? Open AI GPT 4 pricing. Yeah, so 1 cent for every. Okay, so for every 1,000 words I push in, it costs me 1 cent, and for every 1,000 words I get out, it costs me 3 cents. So if I log in here, how much am I spending? API usage. Yeah. All right. So, just 2 days ago, we spent $7. Today, we spent $1.11. Daily. So over the last month, I've spent $15. I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but just think about, like, basically all we're doing here is this, and we're using ChatGPT, which is only $20 a month. So I mean, like, it's just this, right? It's just this is the number of characters or the number of tokens I'm sending over, with the context of, like, the file that I'm in, or I can send over all the context. So probably, like, on this day. Oh, that was 2 days ago. So that was when we were sending a bunch of stuff from Replit, right? When we were trying to summarize that essay by Montaigne, right? So if anyone was here a couple days ago, we took Montaigne. Anyway, that French philosopher, we took his longest essay, which was like, what was it, 150 pages or something like that, and we tried to summarize it. So, that was a $7 endeavor, right? And we know that one of the transcripts here is 130 some pages. Yeah. And so that's going to be expensive. And now, let's find out, write SQL to find the average transcript length where transcript is not empty or null, right? And so now I can send over my whole code base, computing search queries. The user wants to find the average length of the transcripts where the transcript is not empty or null. This can be achieved by using the average function in SQL. Beautiful. I love watching this. Yeah. Sure. Wow. Yeah. Hey, Union's here. Hey, Union. Yeah, everybody needs to click. You guys like lo-fi beats? That's cool. All right. Hey there, brother. Inutterable. Yep. What incomprehensible computer thing? Justice automatically pulled data for around 460 meetings at the same time, but a lot of transcripts are broken, so now he's got to figure out how to make AI fix them for him. This might not be where we got him. Oh, yeah. Techstars. I actually know the guys that founded Techstars. I used to live in Boston, and I knew them. I don't know them anymore. Partners. Where's the guy? The guy from 21, that movie with Emil Hirsch. Do they not have any of the guys? Oh, what's his name? Oh, I've met him. That's funny. Anyway. Techstars was merging with a SPAC? Huh. All right, so let's see what the average transcript length is about. 78,000 characters. Let's just ask. Okay, average is that about in pages? Yeah, it's just a lot. Anyway, so the point is that GPT maybe is not our best option here. Pros, easy. One, cons, expensive. Other option is, can we roll our own summarizer either locally or in the cloud using state-of-the-art Mistral models, which are apparently, apparently more performant than GPT, especially when fine-tuned for our use case. So you might think, but Justice, that sounds pretty hard. And you'd be right. Pros. See above. Cons. Very hard. 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 And potentially expensive. Also expensive. If running in the cloud. Okay, so, but here's why, even though it's hard, I think this might be the route that we want to go down. For a few reasons. A, performance, right? Like GPT is built to be a general purpose thing. It's not like really specially tuned in on what we're trying to accomplish. We can't really do anything about that, right? We can do some, very fancy prompting perhaps, but we really can't, we can't do much more beyond just that, right? Second of all, I've already done a little bit on this, so let's just go ahead and open up a new tab here, and perhaps you've heard of Ollama. Now, guys, this might crash my computer, so if it does, I'm sorry. Ollama, run Mistral. So what Ollama does is it allows you to basically in one line run state-of-the-art large language models on your local machine. Hello, Mistral. How can I send you a large amount of text to summarize? Yeah, computing power up into the cloud is always a plus, and the stream would keep working. Hello, I'm an AI language model. I have the ability to directly receive large amounts of text or any other type of data. However, I'm certainly help you summarize text here in this conversation. Great. Okay. So that's not helpful, but so we're just going to, so anyway, we're going to say bye. Yeah, this is a state-of-the-art language model, like big boy model. Whoops. Control D, Control D, Control D. Whoops. No. Okay, so Ollama is very cool. It allows you to like pull that stuff down, just try it, create a model from a model file, show information for a model, and you can pull all these down. Oh no, so those are just the two that I have. Yeah, so I mean, look, 10 gigabytes of models just on this computer right now. That's wild. But that's not what we want to do either. So let's find out about, let's say large text summarizer or Mistral. Let's see if anyone else has done this before. Let's do self-hosted. Maybe Hugging Face has got some information on this. Let's go to Hugging Face. Okay. So this is the Mistral model that we're interested in. It is their large language model. It's the big one, 46.7 billion parameters. Outperforms Llama 270B on most benchmarks. Gracefully handles 32,000 tokens. Wow. Many different languages. Strong performance in code generation. So 32,000 tokens is like 32,000 words. Deploy Mixer with an open source deployment stack. VLLM project. So, I mean, like just self-hosting large Mistral. I'm going to use Google for this. Starting today. I mean, this is the same article. Oh my gosh, you're going to make me pay for Medium? No. Self-deployment. Provides ready-to-use Docker images on the GitHub registry. Weights are distributed separately. To run these images, you need a virtual cloud machine matching the requirements for a given model. 2 different serving frameworks. VLLM, a Python-only serving framework that deploys an API matching OpenAI spec. Oh, all right. Well, hold up. VLLM. Fast, easy, cheap LLM serving for everyone. Let's see about VLLM on Fly.io. What do we think of that? Do we have to ask Google, see if anyone's done this before? All right. So maybe it's never been done before. Maybe I'll have to be the first. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Launch apps near users. Let's launch an app for free. This is going to be a Python app. Is Python not an option? Docker? Okay. Okay, let's actually see if there's a better. Okay, so VLLM hosting. Cheap LLM serving with paged attention. No, but we've already talked about this. Serving fine-tuned large language models with VLLM. Siri thinks I'm talking to her. Okay. Self-host an LLM with EC2, VLLM. EC2 is Amazon EC2. LangChain, Fast API, LLM Cache, and the Hugging Face model. From Chinmay Deshpande. Are you excited about recent? Yeah, I am. LLM hosting is cost effective than calling the provider. Yep. Let's hear. Yep. You need an EC2 instance hardware to host LLM model, and since LLMs need GPUs to run efficiently, AWS G5 instances and P4 instances which provide good performance for ML and LLM specifically. I wonder if American Cloud has GPUs. I'm already a user. Do I have? Yep. Oh no, I'm not a robot. Sorry, I'm not a robot. Yeah. $10 account balance. Cloud compute. What happens if I create an instance? Man, it's too primitive. I don't. Let's go to the docs. S3, A2 storage. Ugh. WordPress. I don't think they can do it. I don't think they can do it. Axe. What is Axe? Kubernetes. Yeah. I don't want to do all that. It's too much, I think. I just don't think. Cloud compute, remote computing services, virtual machines. Yeah. They don't say anything about GPUs here. They probably don't have them. This is not. I mean, so guys, here's the problem. Here, let me explain to you one of the problems with being just in my line of work, right? We want to do something that is not antagonistic toward the government, but not exactly like the government is antagonistic toward us, right? And also all of the service providers, all the vendors hate me, right? And if they find out that I'm using this for something that's not exactly anti-government, but certainly not what the government wants us to be doing, they will be, they'll just shut us down. And it just sucks to give your money to Amazon. Doesn't it suck to give your money to Amazon? Yeah, I hope you have some cooling on your machine. No, I've just got an old M1 MacBook, buddy. Nothing special here. All right. Instances are last generation of NVIDIA GPU-based instances. Latest generation. NVIDIA GPUs, P4D, NVIDIA A100s. All right. Well, I mean, if I can do it here, I can do it anywhere. So let's see about this. Speak of the devil. This account was permanently closed because it was suspended for more than 90 days. You can't reopen this account. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Assigned to a different account. Do I have another one? No. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. I'm officially discouraged. That sucks. That sucks. Okay. Why was I suspended from Amazon? I have no idea. Probably I probably just wasn't paying my bill. I have a bill. Why would I have a bill? I don't know. I'm not using it for anything. So we need hardware. This is not cool. So I mean, Google Cloud, LLM hosting. Let's see if Google will allow me to use their stuff. I really don't want to use Google either. This sucks, dude. Everything, USA GPU LLM hosting. Leading GPU cloud for AI and LLM tracing. Okay. Fluid Stack. 50,000 GPUs. Unlimited scale for AI. Get started for free. I mean, I don't even really want to train. I just want to do inference. Oh, you know what? Hugging Face offers their inference API. But do I want to do that? Guys, I'm sorry. I know that I don't have much of a plan here. This is like research and development. I got to see what I'm able to use. I don't want to experiment. I want to run. Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Microsoft. Ha. Well, does Nvidia just provide, or like Nvidia cloud GPU hosted LLM? Nvidia launches large language model cloud services. Oh, okay. It's for enterprise. Not going to be for me. Well, I mean, I could try with cloud, with American Cloud, but it's not going to be. It's not. They're not going to give me GPUs. They're going to give me CPUs. That's what's going to happen. Fly.io GPUs. Okay, I can join the wait list. What are your GPU plans? Running Mistral LMs. Join now. Huh. All right, you guys. Do you need a dedicated server? I mean, no. No, I don't need a dedicated server for this. I mean, I just need a computer somewhere where I can host this model and basically treat it like my own API. I like this VLLM option. Wow, this is great. I actually, wow. How can I host a VLLM instance without using on cloud GPUs for a low cost without using Amazon or any of the woke big tech companies? Obviously, Model B is better. Hetzner Cloud. Oh, that's German. No. What about OVH Cloud? French Cloud. Okay. Scaleway. French. B is better. Claude A, Gemini Pro. Wow, Gemini Pro. Okay, but suggest cloud GPU providers in the USA that are not woke big tech. Oh, no way. Linode has GPUs? VPS servers, cloud servers, and cloud hosting. NVIDIA GPUs. Vulture. Have we ever heard of Vulture? All right. All right, Vulture. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can learn anything about this company. About us. 2014. Tel Aviv data center. I don't know. Our team. Ananowski. Cardwell. I don't know. We trust these guys. Do these guys look trustworthy to you? What does the chat think? OVH has GPU capability. They're a customer of mine. Oh, nice. They're in Florida. Okay, they're in Florida. All right, we're going Vulture. We're gonna try it out. Let's go ahead and log in, or let's sign up. We'll use actually, let's use GitHub. Authorize Vulture. Great. How sign up with GitHub. Okay. Do I have to pay? Or can I try? Can I try out for a little while? How to use Code Llama large language model on Vulture Cloud GPU. That's pretty close to what we want to do. We're not going to do Llama. Oh, but Code Llama. So guys, Llama is an LLM designed by Meta. Code Llama is considered one of the highest quality code generation LLMs that exists. Now, the problem is that's not exactly what we want. And I'm going to see cloud GPUs. Deploy now. Optimize cloud compute, cloud GPU. Bare metal, $120. Might have to just go with cloud compute for $202.50 a month. I wasn't really trying to spend a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? Virtual machines for apps with bursty traffic. Yeah, and small databases. Yeah. AMD. Oh, no. But can I get GPUs? Cloud GPU? What's the difference here? I mean, I guess A100 is probably the best, right? Gonna spend the most money here, right? A40. I assume that these are just like from most powerful to least powerful. Compute NVIDIA. No images for that one. So with a virtual desktop. Yeah, I'm obviously not a DevOps guy. So if anyone wants to chime in and tell me what I should do here. Whoa, I can play game? That's cool. Cloud gaming with Steam. I've been wanting to do that. My little brother used to do stuff like that. Vulture GPU. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd do that or probably Ubuntu. Headless OBS. Okay. I mean, Vulture GPU. It comes with Ubuntu. Deploy now. All right, I'm gonna have to give them my credit card. Ah, man. It's 4:00. Guys, we're gonna call it here. We are not gonna get to the point where we self-host this. We're just not gonna do it today. Today's not the day. We've been going for too long. I don't want to make money decisions this late in the day, because this is a commitment, you know. This project has to be going somewhere. But I think we're going to use Vulture. Are we frozen here? Oh, I just paused. I paused the live stream. I think used to host a Minecraft server on Ubuntu. Very cool. All right. How's everyone doing? Was this a good stream? Been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes. To me, that feels like a pretty good stream. Maybe it wasn't as productive as yesterday's, but it was up there. I think it was a good, solid stream. We actually had some viewers on YouTube this time for the first time ever. So that's cool. Yeah. So, yeah, let's just recap what we accomplished today. First of all, we did a lot of design, right? We designed the database table that we used. We created a meetings context. We validated uniqueness on the detail URL, the schema, everything. We can go through all of our changes. So we modified the README. We added Ecto and a repo. We got rid of an unnecessary inspect. We fixed our detail scraper to accept a path instead of a full URL, which is good. That's what we wanted to do. We added Postgres and Ecto SQL. So now we've got a database in this bad boy. Those are the dependencies. Great. And then we got to add priv. Yep. Okay. And we're going to add the tool versions as well. Tool versions. Yep. And then we're going to add lib. Okay. So then what we get now, and add config. Yeah. Except for what we want is .getIgnore. We want to getIgnore .config. Well, wait a minute. I don't have any secrets in there yet, so it's actually okay. All right, so I mean, just all these changes. We did a lot of work today in just a couple of hours. It feels good. So, you know, adds database, meetings table, meeting creation, transcript, update, and transcript fetcher. Cool. And we're just gonna push that right to master. And now, yeah, if you want to hub repo view web, right? Hub repo hub browse. What? Come on, man. Dude, this is so gay. We're going to go ahead and go to GitHub here. I just need to do some more R&D before we do this drop. I'm going to post this in the chat for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Feel free to go check out the code here. It's getting back to me in the mindset program. I'm learning some Elixir, so it's good for me. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Elixir is very cool. Yeah. So, yeah, all the code now is up there on GitHub where you can view it for yourself, and I encourage you to fork it and maybe make it work for your own county government. Going to come back tomorrow, and we'll pick up on, I think, a self-hosted LLM. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but it'll be worth it. It'll be good learning experience for everybody involved. Certainly me. I am just not a DevOps guy. I don't know my way around all the different cloud computing options, and I just have a very, very kind of cursory, shallow understanding of all that stuff. So it'll be a good learning experience for me, and hopefully for you all. Really appreciate everyone who's been sticking with the stream the last few days. This is obviously unusual for me to not have to work in the middle of the day. I took off and I'm really glad to be doing this. If you're enjoying it, please do subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe to the locals as well. And if you care to, contribute to the locals by being a paying supporter, that does really encourage me to just keep going and to keep doing this type of thing. And if it's valuable to you, then that's a great way to kind of encourage and support the work that we're doing. This is all I've got for you today. I really appreciate everyone that spent the time. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. This shortest day of the year is today. It's the shortest day of the year. It's a great time to kind of reflect on 2023 and plan for next year. Just make 2024 the best year ever. I really, really want that for you, whoever you are. And yeah, I'm going to go do some gifting type stuff. Maybe see my mama, since she's going to be my chief partner in crime for all the gift giving we're doing this year. And when it gets dark here, I might even have a bite to eat. So I hope you are all well. I wish you the best. I'll see you back here tomorrow, midday. Don't really have a time exactly, but just whenever we're able to stream, we'll be on here. Oh, yeah, longest day of the year in Chile. Yeah, good for you, Interdimensional. Shortest day of the year where I am. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's longer days. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's a very short day today. The shortest day. It's the shortest day. I woke up this morning and said, wow, it's going to be a short day. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day and good evening, and God bless you.